Alright, hey everyone. So, you know that my vocal performance workshop's coming up, and today what I'm going to be doing is heading over to Lucky Run Studios in Houston, talk to my friends over at Birch Street Music, and we're going to figure this whole thing out and give you guys a little sneak peek of what's going to be going on at the vocal performance workshop on October 6th. So, this Lucky Run Studio is a bit of a drive for me, and it's early in the morning, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a Starbucks.
Thank you for choosing Starbucks. What can I get for you?
Alright. Here we are, pulling in Lucky Run Studios. This place is pretty cool. If you haven't seen it before, you should come check it out in Houston. Pretty cool spot. Got a pretty cool history too. They've done a lot of good work. This is the studio here. This is their little entryway with all their cool stuff they got on the walls. And come around here. Here's the man right here.
Hey.
What's up, Jake?
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
All right. So, doing good. Hey guys. So, this is our man here. This is Jake with Birch Street Music.
Hey.
And yeah, he's gonna be the guy who tells us all about what it means to be in artist development. So, Jake, you tell me what is artist development?
Artist development essentially is we take raw talent and we develop from studio to stage. So maybe you're a good singer, but you don't know how to get into the industry. You don't know producers and songwriters and choreographers and musicians to partner with, to collaborate with. So we stress collaboration. So we put people together to try to create the next superstars and give you a long career in the music industry.
All right, cool. So the industry term people talk about A&R. You know, so what's the distinction between A&R and artist development, if there is any? I mean, how are they the same? How are they different?
A&R is purely music based, so it's studio. So if you're a great singer, we find the best producers and songwriters to work with you to create your project. So we're the behind the scenes guys, the silent partners to hopefully help you create the best project possible. So A&R can include talent scouting as well. So we go out and we scout for artists, we scout for producers and songwriters, and then we just try to put you together and create something magical. So A&R is really a focus on artist and repertoire, meaning songs, and so we focus on that. With artist development, that's everything. That's the big picture umbrella of you know, what do you look like on stage, what are you doing with your digital marketing, all of those things combined. So A&R being that studio focused.
Okay, cool. Hey, what's up, Eddie?
Oh, what's up, man? Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
That's Eddie. He's a great producer.
Hey, man, thanks. They can see me live?
No.
Oh, okay.
Should have dressed up.
I know. Let me clock in.
Boom. All right, cool. All right, so A&R, artist development. A&R is specifically music. Artist development's broader.
Mm-hmm.
So then, all right, couple quick tips. Like, what would you say is your number one tip? I mean, granted, this is off the top of his head. I didn't give him time to prepare this stuff. So, off the top of your head, number one tip for the person who's just starting out. Like, they're just, I mean, they're not really gigging places. I mean, they are really brand new, right into it. You know, maybe a 13-year-old whose parents are supportive of them, you know, trying out music stuff. What's the first tip that you would suggest for them as far as artist development goes?
Right. First tip would be to work with a guy like you on voice. I mean, you
Sweet, good answer.
you got to have your technique down. You've got to, you know, have great tone. You got to have great control, or else you're not going to sound great when you get into the studio and create your project. So That's first things first. And then 1A, I would say, is write. I mean, you've got to be a songwriter these days to be an effective artist. It's the only thing that will separate you from all the competition out there, is to know how to effectively be an artist by conveying authenticity. And you can't be authentic if you're not writing songs. So you've got to start writing early and often. Treat it as a job. Do it every day if you can, and just create. It'll give you a better chance to succeed when you get in the studio with a producer if you've got 30 great songs to choose from, rather than, I've got 2, and they're kind of just ideas. Write, collaborate, co-write with other people. It's so important now to be able to separate yourself from the pack by being not just a great singer, but a great songwriter.
Okay, great. All right, so basically, you're just churning out the songs. Develop your voice, churn out the songs, even if you don't know how to do it yet, right? All right, so what is the that's for the very beginner person. So
Sure.
Let's say somebody's kind of moving on. They're writing some stuff. They've got a strong voice, or they're developing a strong voice. What is the next, what's your tip for the kind of the next level up? What do they need to be focused on?
Yeah, so once you have a fair amount of songs written, once you've got some great control and your voice teacher says you're ready to go, then it's time to get in the studio, because you really, these days, you have so much access to technology. You don't need a record label to put you in the studio anymore. You can get in the studio with a producer in whatever market you live in, whether it's Houston or somewhere in Iowa. There's going to be a recording studio, and there's going to be a producer there to help you. You need to get in there, you've got to cut songs, and you've got to develop a release plan and strategy so that the world can start hearing you, so you can build a fan base, you can go out and play your stuff live, and you can promote it.
So it's not just about making a song, but you got to plan how you're going to tell people about that song, right?
That's right. It's creating a brand. You become a brand as an artist, and that brand starts with your music, your talent, and then your music, and then how you market that music to the world. So it's those 3 things that kind of begin to be your launch pad before you'll ever really get any serious attention from a major label or a publishing company or anybody like that.
All right, cool. So for the people out there who are wanting to know, kind of, experience, they want to know a little bit more about you, can you, tell the people watching a little bit more about yourself and what your experience is as far as, doing what you do and some folks that you've worked with and things like that?
Yeah. Well, although I still feel very young, I'm 16 years into the music industry now. I've worked with hopefully some of your favorite artists, from Beyonce and Solange to Maddie and Tay, and a whole bunch of others in between. Across every genre, I've established relationships all throughout the industry with record labels and managers and publishers. So I really look at myself as an artist developer who can work with young talent to develop you in the studio all the way through the stage, through your marketing plan, and get you out there, and hopefully get some of these executives to jump in behind you. So had the pleasure of working with every major label out there, every publishing company. While I'm based in Houston, I spend most of my time in LA, in Nashville, in New York, and we have artists and producers and songwriters and choreographers and digital marketing people spread across the country to support artists like you.
Yeah.
So
it takes a lot.
It's team building. It's all collaboration, and so we're, like I said, we're the silent partners, and we are here to support artists, to provide anything you need as you go. And I think number one for a lot of artists these days is strategy. What do I do? I think I've got some talent, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to go. And so we really help plug all of those things at the highest level possible. If you want the best polka player in the country, we're gonna go find that person for you and pair you up. So it's just really that simple. That we're the connectors, and we're your strategists, and we use a lot of our expertise and relationships to help artists hopefully get to the next level.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you, and Jake, we really appreciate you giving us kind of a preview of what we're going to be doing on October the 6th, and we hope you guys will take the advice that you're hearing and appreciate it, and then we will hopefully see you out at our workshop.
Look forward to seeing you.
Hey, look, if you enjoyed that content, just think that's a little blip of what we're going to be doing at the Vocal Performance Workshop on October 6th. So if you thought that was really useful, I promise you there's so much more. We're going to have 3 hours worth of that kind of material, plus material about how to build that voice, tips and tricks, exercises, explaining how your vocals work in the first place, all of that good stuff. So you guys be sure to come out, and I promise you it'll be worth it. It's going to be a wonderful time, and I mean, honestly, for $10, there's no way you could get any better information than what you're going to be getting at the Vocal Performance Workshop on October 6th. So I'll see you out there. Bye.